Welcome to the deep dive. This is where we dive into, compelling sources, articles, books, research, and really pull out the key insights for you. It's kind of like a shortcut, right? So you get truly well-informed, but without all the overwhelm.
Exactly, cutting through the noise.
Yeah, and today we're tackling something pretty unique. It's Robert Greene's The Daily Laws, A Path to Mastery and Self-Understanding.
Greene. Yeah.
And it's not your typical book. It's structured as, 365 daily entries, one for every day of the year.
A year-long commitment, essentially.
Right. It's designed as this guide for personal growth, mastering power dynamics, understanding human nature, all through these daily hits of wisdom and reflection.
It's quite an undertaking.
It is. So our mission here is to explore how this structure, this sort of daily rhythm he sets up, combined with his renowned wisdom, how that can actually transform your perspective, and maybe your actions too. We'll look at how it's built around 12 monthly themes, each focusing on a different part of mastery. Okay, let's unpack this. Because what Greene does here is truly fascinating.
It really is. And what's so compelling, I think, is how he distills these huge, complex ideas, from his other massive books like 48 Laws of Power or Mastery.
Right, those are dense.
Yeah, and he boils them down into these, actionable daily nuggets. It makes the whole idea of self-mastery feel, less daunting, more accessible.
Like something you can actually do daily.
Exactly. It becomes part of your routine, not some huge project you have to find time for. It's about that consistency.
That's a really key point. It's not just information dump. It guides you. It starts foundational and builds up, right?
Yeah.
But, for someone looking at a year-long thing, does Greene make it feel sustainable? Or is it, super intense from day one?
Well, he definitely calls it a year-long journey for a reason. I mean, he really emphasizes that mastery isn't this end point you reach.
Right. It's a process.
It's a continuous process, like practicing an instrument or a sport.
Mm-hmm.
The daily structure is about building that habit of reflection, of applying the ideas. It's the small, consistent steps that create the change, not some big revelation.
Okay, building that muscle. Got it. So let's dive into those themes. The first phase is kind of foundational, laying the groundwork. January kicks off with discovering your life's task.
Mm-hmm.
And this isn't just like finding a job you like, is it? He goes deeper.
Oh, way deeper. For Greene, this isn't about just picking a career path. He's urging you to find what he calls your original self.
Original self. Okay.
Yeah, those things you were drawn to as a kid, those deep inclinations or fascinations, the stuff that often gets buried by, what society expects.
Right, what you should do.
Exactly. He argues that true mastery comes from uncovering the path you were sort of uniquely designed for. He uses a lot of historical examples, people who went against the grain because they followed that inner voice.
That makes sense, tapping into something core. Okay, so after that self-discovery, February hits you with submit to reality.
Yeah. Bit of a wake-up call.
Feels like it. A necessary dose of humility, maybe.
I think so. If we connect this to the bigger picture, it's all about grounding those aspirations, not in just wishful thinking, but in, how things actually are.
Accepting the facts on the ground.
Pretty much. Humility, constant learning, accepting where you are right now, and learning deeply, not just from, say, mentors, but really learning from the hard knocks, the setbacks.
Oh, okay, embracing the tough stuff.
Yeah, confronting uncomfortable truths. That's where the real foundation gets built.
Okay, so ground yourself in reality. Then March asks you to awaken the dimensional mind. This sounds expansive.
It is. This is where it gets really interesting, I think.
More than just creativity.
Oh, yeah. It's about actively breaking out of your usual thought patterns, your routines.
You're in a rut.
Exactly. Greene talks about how brilliant thinkers or strategists cultivate this fluid intelligence. They see patterns everywhere, connect seemingly random ideas. They even kind of embrace mental chaos sometimes to find new insights.
Wow, okay, so it's training your brain to be more flexible, more observant.
Precisely. To see beyond the obvious makes you more adaptable, more innovative.
That's a powerful start to the year. Self-discovery, reality check, then mind expansion. Okay, so moving on, Greene shifts focus outward, navigating the social world.
Right, the social and strategic landscape, as he calls it.
And April is key here. See people as they are. This raises a big question, doesn't it? How often do we really see people clearly without our own biases filtering everything?
It's a huge challenge. We're wired to project, right? Greene pushes for this, detached observation.
Detached, okay.
Yeah, learning to see people's real intentions, their hidden motives, their emotional drivers. but
Mm-hmm.
crucially without judging them.
That's the hard part.
It is, but the goal isn't just self-protection, though that's part of it.
Yeah.
It's understanding what makes people tick so you can interact more effectively, less reactively.
Okay. Understanding the game, so to speak. Then, building on that, May gets intriguing, become an elusive object of desire.
Huh. Yeah, that title always gets attention.
Right. Sounds maybe a bit manipulative. But that's not quite it, is it?
No, not in a negative way. It's more about cultivating, let's say, a strategic mystique, building your own value
How so?
by being somewhat unpredictable. Rare. Authentic, yes, but not laying all your cards on the table immediately. It prevents people from taking you for granted. It keeps their interest, makes your presence, your input, more valued.
So it's about managing perceptions, building genuine value and intrigue, not just playing games.
Exactly. It's subtle influence.
Okay. Then June follows with elevate your perspective, shifting to strategic thinking.
Yeah, this is about zooming out, avoiding those knee-jerk emotional reactions, planning ahead, acting with a certain detachment and clarity.
Like a general on a battlefield, seeing the whole picture.
Kind of. It's about thinking long-term, seeing the bigger patterns, not getting bogged down in the immediate drama. There's real power in that broader view.
That makes sense. So you've got this understanding of people, this elevated perspective. But how do you actually use that without seeming cold? July seems to tackle that. Soften people's resistance by confirming their self-opinion.
Ah, yes. This is pure psychological insight. A masterclass in persuasion, really.
How does it work?
Greene says we're often too focused on getting our point across. We forget that people are mostly wrapped up in their own self-image, their desire to feel validated.
Okay.
So if you can affirm that self-opinion first subtly, genuinely, you lower their defenses. You open a door. It's using empathy, maybe a bit of targeted flattery, emotional intelligence.
So you make them feel understood before you try to persuade them.
Exactly. It's like psychological Aikido. You use their own momentum.
Oh, wow.
Only then are they receptive to your ideas.
Fascinating. Okay, moving into the next phase, inner strength, resilience. August is change your circumstances by changing your attitude.
A classic Greene theme.
It sounds simple, but I bet he takes it deeper than just think positive.
Oh, absolutely. What's fascinating here is the emphasis on internal locus of control. Real power, he argues, comes from within.
Not from what happens to you.
Right. It's about actively reframing challenges, seeing setbacks not as failures, but as like raw material. Opportunities to build strength, find hidden resources.
So you transform the situation by transforming your response to it first.
Precisely. It's this proactive, almost defiant stance against hardship, finding the advantage in adversity.
Wow. That leads right into September, which sounds tough. Confront your dark side.
Mm-hmm. Shadow work.
Shadow work, yeah. This sounds like a challenging, maybe uncomfortable part of the journey. What exactly does he mean, and why is it crucial?
It is challenging, but Greene sees it as absolutely essential for becoming like a whole integrated person.
So what is it? Facing your flaws.
Sort of. It's about acknowledging, understanding, and then integrating those darker impulses, your irrationality, envy, aggression, whatever it is, instead of just pushing them down or pretending they don't exist.
Bringing them into the light.
Yeah. The idea is by understanding them, you gain control over them. You stop being driven by these unconscious forces and learn to maybe even channel that energy constructively. It leads to a more authentic and ultimately more powerful self.
That's deep. Okay. Then as we move towards the end of the year, broader themes emerge. October is beware the group.
Very relevant today.
Totally. With social media, echo chambers. This feels incredibly timely. What's his angle?
It's a strong call for independent thought, maintaining your critical thinking skills when faced with, the pressure of the crowd.
Resisting groupthink.
Exactly. Groups offer comfort, sure, but they can also breed like intellectual laziness, stifle creativity, even lead to irrational behavior. If we connect this to the bigger picture, it's about protecting your autonomy, your mental and emotional independence.
Thinking for yourself, basically.
Fundamentally, having the courage to see things differently, even if it's unpopular.
Okay. Then November. Wow. Meditate on our common mortality. That's pretty heavy.
It is, but profound.
It's a sobering thought, for sure. How does he frame it as useful?
It's that classic idea, memento mori, remember death. But Greene applies it practically. He argues that really internalizing our limited time,
Yeah.
it fuels urgency. It sharpens your sense of purpose. It forces clarity on what actually matters. You shed the trivial stuff.
Stop procrastinating on the big things.
Exactly. It can ignite this deep drive to live meaningfully, to pursue your real goals because, well, the clock is ticking.
A powerful motivator, if a stark one. And finally, December brings it all together with the sublime. Embrace the cosmic perspective.
A beautiful end theme.
Yeah. What's the essence here? Transcendence.
Pretty much. It pushes you beyond just personal ambition. It's about aiming for something awe-inspiring, cultivating spiritual depth, connecting with something bigger than just yourself.
Like finding meaning in the grand scheme of things.
Exactly. Universal patterns, nature, a sense of collective purpose. It raises that question. How can you live a life that goes beyond the everyday grind, that reaches for something truly sublime, timeless? It gives all the other mastery a deeper why.
Wow, what a journey through the year. Okay, so beyond all those specific daily laws and monthly themes, Greene seems to distill some core truths, right? Like overarching principles.
Absolutely. And they're potent. They really tie it all together.
What are some of the big ones?
Well, first, consistency builds mastery. It's that daily grind, the small steps that lead to big changes, not overnight success.
Right, the slow burn.
Yeah. Second, human nature is predictable. If you study it, understand its patterns, you can protect yourself and navigate the world much more effectively.
Know the rules of the game?
Kind of. Third, and this is crucial, you have to embrace pain and resistance to grow. Struggle isn't something to avoid, it's the catalyst for transformation.
No pain, no gain, basically.
In a deep sense, yes. Fourth, self-awareness and emotional control are vital. Mastering your inner world comes first. That's the bedrock of power for Greene.
Mastering yourself before you master anything else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And maybe the biggest takeaway, you are your biggest project. Everything starts and ends with understanding and mastering your own mind, your own behavior.
Those are powerful. And they feel very applicable, not just abstract ideas.
That's the whole point. It's designed for real-world use.
Yeah.
Practical wisdom.
So how do you actually use this book effectively? It's not just reading, right?
Definitely not passive reading. That's the beauty of the design. What's fascinating here is that it demands active engagement, self-examination.
Right.
That consistent daily interaction is what creates the long-term cumulative effect it builds up over time.
So practically speaking, what are the steps?
It's actually pretty simple. First, read one page daily, like Greene intended, like a calendar page. Make it a ritual.
Okay, just one page? Manageable?
Yeah. Second, reflect and apply. Each law isn't just information, it's an invitation. Apply it, test it, observe yourself, observe others through that lens. Do something with it.
And make it active.
Exactly. And third, revisit it. This isn't a one-and-done read. The wisdom deepens as you change, as you face new things. You'll see the laws differently a year later.
So the book kind of grows with you.
It really does.
Okay, so we've covered a huge amount today. We've journeyed through Greene's whole year, from finding your purpose right through to that cosmic perspective and the daily laws. It's definitely a comprehensive framework for self-mastery, understanding people.
A deep toolkit.
Yeah, exactly. And hopefully this gives you a shortcut to some really profound knowledge, some actionable insights you can use.
Absolutely. And maybe a final thought to leave you with, building on all this.
Yeah.
If you were to really commit, seriously commit, to just one of these daily laws for the next month, which one would you pick? And what do you think might be the most surprising change you'd see in yourself or maybe in your circumstances?
All right. That's a great question to mull over. Definitely something to think about. Okay, thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Keep reflecting, keep learning, and yeah, keep applying this wisdom to figure out your own path to mastery.